Michigan, which went on a 9-0 run to finish off the Texas A&M game, 91-79. Jamie, thank you. The inbounds goes to Huff off this timeout. They leave it for Hickman, inside for Gregg. First substitution, and he's able to up, and he powers his way off the glass.
That was just, I see you, but I don't see you, and I'm going to go through you.
4 points for Roberts. He and Francis, the two bigs that are in there right now for Houston. Gregg down low. And he has a second bucket.
There he goes.
It up and in. EK turned his head at one moment. Roberts attacks.
Roberts does a nice job without even really having to look at the rim. He knows where he gets to his spot. He has this down where he's going to turn over that shoulder and get there.
He has 16. Gregg that time misses. Nembhard gets it back, slips it to Gregg. Gregg has it blocked away. Battle for the loose ball. Puts it back up. It's good. He says, I don't know.
Not the best teams that bring something out of Mikey Lewis. That was a big-time move against a veteran player. Stop, hesitate, create space, and elevate.
And you watch the Gales sometimes. You kind of know why it happens, but there are games where he doesn't play much at all. Gregg, the cut, and the dunk, right on top.
To only 9 minutes last time these two teams played because of the ankle injury that really looked very bad. And there were some question marks of whether he was going to go. Chris Gurlifson told you that he was well below 100%.
Yeah, not close to 100%. That have to get solved, otherwise they're not going to win this game. Just one of 2 free throws from Thomas. Then Gregg against the freshman Abosi. Gregg used the glass.
Stanford after going to Washington State, and Todd Goldner's at Florida.
Oh man, Marcus Williams after a really cool touch pass from Lingard. Williams just blew a wide open, uncontested layup. That was hard to believe. Now battle on the offensive end for the Zags. Nembhard is going to use a screen from Graham. Ike, what a 1-2 punch those two are. Gregg has been active in the early going. San Francisco. Folks around here talking about maybe the biggest game in a couple decades for the Dons.
You got a chance to take second in the league, a chance to really create more buzz around your program within the city where there's so many things to do. It's a heck of a finish. You saw Ben Gregg coming from the weak side, was able to glide to the other side of the rim.
He's got 15 points. Chinty knocked Beasley to the ground, no call, and Ben Gregg, who's come left in the finish.
Talk about quick. He saw a split opening, and he attacked it.
Gregg passed up 1-3. He'll take that one. Good!
He's going to have to stay in attack mode. Terrific job creating space on the step back.
He's got 20 of their 39, but
Creighton Huff to guard Marcus Williams in an isolation situation up top. Help side was nowhere to be found. I mean, it was literally Olay. You want a layup, Marcus Williams? Go for it. The first true breakdown for Gonzaga on that end of the floor.
Yeah, Ben Gregg, another bucket. This is a heck of a performance. Beasley whips it in the corner. Thomas, no on the 3. What a tough game for Malik Thomas. He's now 1 of 10 shooting. Ben Gregg with the soft touch.
Guard off the offensive rebound. Shades of Bill Cartwright.
Yeah. That has to make the big man happy over there. Still a big part of the USF community. Backdoor play. Hickman. Gregg shoots a jumper. That one goes down, and it's another.
Stewart rolling is Tilly. The German gets some space. EK got it loose. Nembhard to Gregg.
Test and challenge and force Tongue to miss that shot due to his length and his timing to meet him at the rim.
Nembhard has a dozen assists. He had 15 when these two teams met up in Spokane. Splits the double, finds Gregg, 13.
Himself. It was good defense, but a good pass to find Hickman again. Gregg, offensive rebound. Good!
Gonzaga switching those ball screens with Talmise.
Nemhard to battle. He's missed 3 of those threes from that same spot. Down low, nice pass to Gregg, who scores with a foul.
And again, we're seeing a Pepperdine team down by 6 early, Dan, but playing with confidence. They're coming at him.
Well, they're still in first-year head coach Ed Schilling's run where, you know, he's just trying to instill what his program's philosophy and culture is going to be like.
EK to EK. Ben Gregg laying. Hickman the assist.
7 of the points in this game. Gonzaga is the second highest scoring team in the country coming into tonight, and they haven't scored yet. Ben Gregg wants to do something about that.
To see it, this speaks to his greatness and what he's accomplished over his career.
I know Mark appreciated that, Grant, because when we talked to him today about it specifically, he was telling us how much it meant to him that those players knew about his career, his teams, his players, sort of his resume, gave him the credibility to work with everybody over these last few years.
Well, greatness appreciates greatness.
Game of the transfer portal. Coach Few, I imagine, would have picked some of the NBA coaches' brains on how to quickly revamp rosters.
Ben Gregg running the floor. That's a nice transition bucket for the Zap. This is an important 20 minutes of hoops for both teams. Really important. Hickman's got the ball here to start this second half. Battle. Dumps it down to Ben. Gregg scores with a foul.
You uncomfortable.
All right, Gonzaga's first look on the offensive end. Battle. Graham Ike. Nemhard. Graham on the post with the ball. Now he goes to work. Double team comes by Johnston. Nemhard, 5 to shoot. Bounce! Ben Gregg to finish. Leans in and connects.
He can really take advantage of those mismatches.
Ben Gregg running. Great dish from Nemhard. Porter working on Ben Gregg. Fading away. That's short. Defense by number 33. And now Nolan Hickman. Jan Vide up off the bench for LMU. He'll be checking in. He let a spark in that first half for LMU.
How about only attempting 3, though?
Yeah, that's probably the bigger part of that story. First shot of the second half. Morauskas comes up short. He was off to a very quick start in this game, but has kind of slowed up. Nemhard on the pass. Great pass to Gregg.
Breaking into gyms, then letting everybody, okay, we're meeting here at 8 a.m. to run over here. We're going to sneak in.
He mentioned a phone tree. Guy on the bottom calls the guy above. You can call a phone tree nowadays. Kids are looking like you. What are you talking about?
Now Gregg on the trail 3. Got his own miss somehow and later. Barsafala trying to go to work down low. Graham Ike with the block.
Nice pass.
And the slam for Ben Gregg.
You know, actually, talking to Coach Leggett, he wants to front that and have help side come in from the back.
And I think from what you're saying, J-Mo, that was a smart foul as Gregg.
Speaking on fire, I'll tell you, if he gets a chance to catch and shoot with his feet set, he is deadly. And right there, Gonzaga a little bit late on that closeout.
Nemhard with the 43 points the other night, hits the 1,000 point mark. Nobody scored more points in the WCC this year than Max's. And Gregg saying, well, don't speed. And his footwork is so clever. Before you know it, he's blowing by you. Turnover. Here comes Gonzaga. They've scored a bunch of points off Portland turnovers. Oh, what a finish. What a finish by... And the Pilots hanging tough as Deng Di checks back in. That was a pop fly, center fielder. There's Nemhard. Great pass inside, and Gregg flushes it home.
And you start feeling it a little bit, but you got to share the ball a little bit if you're Portland.
And Chinty checking in for Gonzaga. Chris Austin back on the floor for the Pilots. They could use some points from him. Man, you've just got to give it.
Already worked.
Austin wants to step through. There's a matchup right there. Basket didn't want it. Tough luck for Chris. And here comes Gonzaga up by 7. Gregg perfect from the floor right now, leading the way for Gonzaga. He's been a joy to watch. High pick. Nembhard gets it right back. Gregg, my goodness.
Time he's got 13 points, and again, finding a way to score. He's so creative with the ball.
Gregg, can he do it again? I don't know why not. Gregg for Gonzaga. All he could talk about is we have got to be better defensively and show some spirit. So far, so good.
So far, so good. And that's, you listen to all the critics about Gonzaga. That's the area they've got to clean up. And right now doing a nice job against Portland.
Everything going right for Miss
defense. He thought it was solid. He said they had a few miscues in terms of missing some assignments from beyond the arc, and that's when UP got their three-pointers, so they will be zeroing in on that in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brenna. Start the second half with a Hickman three and then a deuce coming from McKinnon.
And meet them early, more at the free throw line in that defensive transition.
I'm with you,
Portland.
I'm with you, Coach. Rapp picks up his first, team's first, 54-31. All right.
Matches the physicality of Oregon State, I think, and then some because of the backcourt with Bryan and Stewart and how strong they are.
Yeah, Bryan 6'5", Ball 6'7", but Stewart is built like
Ben Gregg trailing. Oh, what a bounce!
Trying to knock off a team like Gonzaga. You got guys have to make some of these tough shots. You saw that the other night against Oregon State as well for the Beavers.
Cameron Tongue, 1 of 2. He's got 8. Ben Gregg.
The corner, you have to close out because he's hit so many threes. A poor closeout, he drives it. Now you're really in rotation.
Oh, credit Brayton. Lead with the basketball. Corner three won't go. Tipped out. Race for the ball. Oh, Nembhard. Nembhard comes up hobbling. Here's Ben Gregg. Step through. Nembhard. Ben Gregg. The flush.
Ike certainly an All-American candidate in an offensive rebound battle. Missed the three. Ike tip. No. Keeps it alive. Gregg puts it up and in. And Gonzaga with all.
He went up and caught it and finished it with authority.
Nate Kings is not afraid to take it into the Gonzaga bigs. He's got 9 points to lead the Beavers. Hickman, nice find to Gregg.
And that's the luxury guard out contact.
Hickman, this time a runner. Ike got a hand on it, put it back up, missed it, tipped back out. Nembhard. Hickman driving baseline. Nice dish. Gregg with the finish. The tie hits 1 of 2. Beavers have been to the line a lot tonight. They're 13 of 17. Bulldogs are 9 of 11. Nembhard matched up with DeMarco Minor. Tough. Going strong against Marsh. The double tongues. Now it leaves. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Battle penetrates. Finds Gregg for the layup. How sweet. Nembhard lost the ball. It lands in Ike's hands. Gregg offensive rebound and a putback. That's Gonzaga, though, so good in the late moments. Hickman missed it. Gregg has the rebound. Nembhard back to Gregg. That's a three. He got it!
Calmese averaging 17 points a game. Ike spins. Fell off. Loose ball. Hickman. Bounce. Ben Gregg, the reverse. Oh, what a finish! Ben. Nolan running the point right now. Oh, great feed to Ike. Too hard. Ben Gregg. Offensive board. It's happening at both ends,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
To be fair. Calmese, the drive, falls off the rim. Hickman picks it up. Nolan now. Pass midcourt. Ben Gregg in the flux down the middle.
20 apiece, both teams. Gonzaga now +8 in the interior. Have really kind of established themselves around the basket.
And now some pressure. Nembhard, Hickman near side. Thanks to a good job there. Braden Huff against Okafor. Into the paint, dumped it to Gregg. Boy, that play. Game number 1 on the season between at least number 1 as Hickman fires up the three. That's long. These two teams could meet in the West Coast Conference Tournament. Ben Gregg step back three.
I mean, I think it's remarkable what Bradley's done. I mean, we consider the injuries they've dealt with, the change with them, you know, the Pac-12 turmoil, as Gregg can see.
To the crowd after the make.
I'm sure he
like
wishes.
His pizzazz.
Yeah, I'm sure he wishes the Kennel Club was full of students tonight. That would have really got them going. But you like to see the emotion and the energy from him.
Ben Gregg to drive and finish
from behind the three-point line. But Bradley's a guy, if he gets going, he can put points up in a hurry.
Well, without a lot of other scoring weapons on this USD roster, he's been tasked with having.
Bradley. Graham poked it out to Stromer.
He won't get credit for that.
No,
but
he
him.
should. Gregg, what a catch and finish. 17.
Bradley's just 6'1", man, but he plays bigger.
Yeah, I like his game. Bounce, Ben Gregg.
Well, one of the reasons it's so difficult is because you're in a decision-making mode nearly every possession because of the amount of pick and rolls that you're in.
But, you know, you watch some guys, sometimes you see a guy playing, and you can tell the game is moving slowly for him.
Yeah. There we go.
He's got enough. And he's into double figures with 11 points. And Graham another board, 16 now for big Graham Ike. Gregg to catch, size advantage inside. 33 attempts from the line for Gonzaga. They've made 27.
Boy, you'd like to see Kobe make one here.
Here's Ben Gregg, open three. Bingo! Caleb Battle, 4 of 9 from behind that three-point line now. And Ike, his 18th rebound. Wow. Oh, no look. Ben Gregg runs the floor, left-hand lay-in.
And then the battle of the boards. They have lost that battle tonight. They're minus 10 against the Zags. Battle trying to feed Huff. That was deflected by Asanza. Battle keeps it alive. Battle's been so active here.
Yeah, he has been an absolute devastator for Gonzaga tonight.
And there's a lay-in for Ben Gregg.
With the rejection.
Rick had 27 of those last year. That's just his 7th this year. And there off the inbound, there's the Zags.
Ben Gregg holding that left hand. One of his fingers took a beating. He's tough. He's got a lot of hockey in him. Nembhard. Here's Ben. Jump hook. He'll take the roll. And there's the answer from Jermaine Bolaseger-Webb. He's a junior from Denmark. One big to another.
Yeah, 7 of 10 on the year from 3.
Gregg, boy, there's great position.
Nembhard, the point of that zone. It's Johnson in the corner. That's no good. Bilodeau was scrambling for it, and Ike clears it.
Big time rebound that time. Again, it's a little bit more difficult rebounding defensively in the zone because you don't have a body or a man, but you got to search somebody out and clean up that loose change when it comes off the rim.
Ike did. Here's a drive for Gregg, and he scores. Ben Gregg, the senior out of the state of Oregon. national championship.
Diarra on the lob. That's ripped down by Huff. Gonzaga on the move, trailing by 6. Gregg got it. Battle. Huff straight on 3. Gregg the rebound. An offensive rebound. Puts it home.
Well, what more coachable with those side ball screen dribble handoffs that Kentucky drives on.
That was a tough shot. Jackson Robinson trying to hit. These are 2 of the top 5 scoring offenses in the country. And 2 of the top 15 in terms of offensive efficiency.
That shot by Robinson is one of those out-of-character shots that Mark Pope said we had too many of against Clemson.
And Robinson able to hit. It's down to 4. Battle, little pocket pass. Gregg rattles that one home.
A really good find in the first half. Those body blow plays you have to perform in a hard game like this.
Rickman turns the corner. Feeds Gregg. Size advantage on Grea. Off the glass.
Big time.
Point game here in Seattle.
That's a big zone that Kentucky's throwing at you right now. A lot of wingspan to work through. That's still a zone. They have not gone to man yet out of it.
Good feed. Wow. EK finds Gregg.
11. On the drive in heavy traffic. Gregg with a follow.
You have this. I like Blooms a lot. He's a true freshman. A lot of experience out of Latvia on their under 16 and under 18 FIBA teams.
He had one of the more fascinating things happen during this tournament. He lost both of his shoes and the
years at Bentley University.
Up in the lane, left it short. Gets back the miss. Downstairs for Gregg.
2-point shots last year. He's tracking that same number this year.
Nadini misfires there. 6'7" junior from Italy, from Milano.
Davidson cannot get to this game in the 80s, and that's the pace that we're on right now. They've got to control.
Zags opened the season in style, ripping number 8 Baylor to the tune of 101-63.
I saw Scott Drew 3 days after that game. He just said we just flat out were not ready for what we went up against in Spokane.
Locknane, another one around and out. Down the lane, Gregg draws the foul, and he'll be at the line. What a big guy. You missed it earlier. Oklahoma is the champion of the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. And they earned it by defeating a good Louisville team. Down low, Gregg with a strike here in the last seconds.
OB has been a great week of college basketball on our air, from Maui to the Duke-Kansas game, the other tournaments going on.
Especially with ranked opponents. Left-hand drive won't go for Tucker. Good D by Stromer. Nembhard back to Gregg. Look at the big fella, nimble in the lane. Speed, and then finds Huff, short. Braden rebounds. Nembhard, oh, what a pass to find Gregg over the shore. Can Indiana bring it back to 8? That's what we're going to find out about both these teams right here, because Indiana needs to dig in right here and get a couple stops. Cannot let this one get out of reach. And for the Zags, looking to really step on them here. Oh, another pretty no-look. Nembhard and wide open on the 18-4 run, however, for Gonzaga after that Ballo bucket. He's got 19 in the first half. Again, Gregg wide open. They are losing because he's attacking, and he comes at you in a different change of pace. His eyes are up. He's ready to make the next play. Got 8 assists already. I'm sorry, got 9 assists already. Feel what I would call some more game pressure, and maybe they'll show a little sense of urgency, but right now they've been very calm because they're going to run their stuff.
Ben Gregg drives, soft touch, chance for three.
Doubling Huff in the block.
But then it's you pick your poison. You're shooting it so well
I
beyond
don't
the
think you
three-point
can.
line.
Yeah, if Stromer and Hickman are going to shoot threes,
what a pass!
How can you?
With more consistency as the season goes along.
You see the physicality which they want to play with. It's just a matter of getting used to doing it in long stretches like Brian Dutcher has always taught them to do.
And another offensive rebound by Gonzaga. Stromer strokes it. Block. Gregg. Bucket. Foul.
And a NCAA tournament run, which is why he's here. But, you know, he does provide a scoring punch that's much different than Gonzaga's had on that wing in years past.
Braden Huff took it away. Battle to Hickman to Ben Gregg. Oh, the ball movement. The finish, Max Brooks.
That's a good hedge from Huff initially, but then he's a little slow getting back to his. And as a result, he's late. Gives up the angle.
Ben Gregg on Lino. So Ben shoots the. This is Mincy at the elbow. Spins on Hickman, lost the grip. Oh, Nemhard. He's in pain, holding.
Covers, lays it in, and Arizona State takes the lead.
Good job gathering, being strong, got the offensive rebound, space out the floor, and attack the middle of the paint that time for Arizona State. This is the group, though, for Gonzaga that needs to get going, the starters.
To the bucket, and it rolls in for Ben.
They're a team that has just one starter back from last year, but they do have experience at other places. The key for Scott Drew is to get these pieces to fit together. And this is a team that may struggle a little bit early, Jay, but come February, when they're a team that's probably going to be hitting their stride and improving as the season goes on.
And the freshman Wright with 6 off the bench. And falling down and one count.
His game elevated. Look to that assist to turnover ratio was about 4.6 to 1. They started valuing the basketball. They started making shots. It felt like they were rejuvenating.
Along the baseline, the lane, Ben Gregg.